Are you really not that satisfied with the way things are going on right now in life? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Hey everybody, the Tempt here. So I've been reading this book, The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. Dr. Brene Brown is a research professor at the University of Houston. She spent many years studying courage, vulnerability, shame, and empathy. She's the author of 4 #1 New York Times bestseller, and we're going to talk about this particular book. This book is a guide to a wholehearted life. The decision to cultivate courage, compassion, and connection in an effort to live from a place of worthiness. The book doesn't lecture about acknowledgement. It is a greater amount of hidden character that is interlaced with the various characters. The goal is by all accounts all the more specifically representing the estimation of strikingly owning up to one's imperfections, as opposed to concealing them because of paranoid fear of not being viewed as perfect, and in this way, not being deserving of love and respect of others. What's more, this fear of being undeserved is a major piece of what fills shame. Shame being the popular expression of Dr. Brown's research. Her composition contains the general story accumulated through her research members, and in addition, stories from her own life as a method of displaying the significance of sharing our shortcomings, or in other words, imperfections. At an early stage of the book, we discover that Dr. Brown is frequently guided to address businessmen and women about things as fundamental as how to utilize responsibility, as opposed to disgrace to change conduct. One specific case features how an administrator, disappointed from clarifying the criteria for a venture to an especially problematic employee, winds up scolding the employee in front of everyone. The administrator unwittingly utilized this strategy, trusting freely disgracing the employee, scourging her or him into shape. Dr. Brown discloses to us that shame is something that everybody encounters, and one of its key highlights is that it instructs us to keep the shame involvement and the imperfections undisclosed with the goal that it can develop. The Shame 101 segment, she characterizes shame and demonstrates the best approach to seize it. Remember it, expose its messages, and go for broke for being sufficiently defenseless to announce the experience to a trusted audience. Dr. Brown's exploration demonstrated how vulnerability is the beginning of shame flexibility, and this has led her to uncovering herself and her imperfections for others to see, which she represents and models all through the book. Through the way toward being vulnerable, Dr. Brown uses courage and sympathy, taking into account further association amongst her and her audience. These words, courage, sympathy, connection, are what she recognizes as the blessings we get when we enable ourselves to be viewed as incomplete, so they are characterized or analyzed or unpacked alongside the various imperative remarks. Dr. Brown analyzes the information she had from the general population, who were living wholehearted lives, and saw a few examples rise that were straightforwardly counter to what society shows us. Those individuals were not accomplishing progressively or achieving more. They essentially trusted that they were commendable at the present time of love and connection, not when they achieved their goal weight or completed their academic career or fabricated their business to a specific goal. They trusted, right now, regardless of their imperfections, they were deserving of love and connection. Along these lines, she puts her research away and continued to have what she calls her breakdown. When she prepared to approach the information again, she saw that a portion of examples she distinguished from the Wholehearted could actually examine into a guide for living. She calls this Guideposts, in which she clarifies ways individuals can utilize the data she's gained from her examination to relinquish negative contemplations and feelings and let in the things that give happiness and satisfaction. There are 10 guideposts. These guideposts are: cultivating authenticity is letting go of what people think. Cultivating self-compassion is letting go of perfection. Cultivating a resilient spirit is letting go of numbing and powerlessness. Cultivating gratitude and joy is letting go of scarcity and the fear of the dark. Cultivating intuition and trusting faith is letting go of the need for certainty. Cultivating creativity is letting go of comparison. Cultivating play and rest is letting go of exhaustion as a status symbol and productivity as self-worth. Cultivating calm and stillness is letting go of anxiety as a lifestyle. Cultivating meaningful work is letting go of self-doubt and supposed to. Cultivating laughter, song, and dance is letting go of being cool and always in control. These guideposts create improvements in different regions of life. It has a how-to viewpoint with none of the inconspicuous shame that can sneak in with your run-of-the-mill rundown of approaches to enhance your life. The agenda how-tos will tend to lead you into giving yourself a pass or fail review in light of what numbers of how-tos you're now doing versus ones that had never struck you or appear to be distant for different reasons. Dr. Brown's Guideposts doesn't give you themselves to that result. Rather, everyone features the two choices, one unequal or imperfect method for communicating with the world, and one more genuine, influential, wholehearted way. The language she picks is essential. Every guidepost is tied in with letting go of one option while developing the other option, fortifying the message that the work is an ongoing procedure. Dr. Brown gives the reader both something to stop doing and something to substitute it with. It's anything difficult to state, don't do this, yet it's significantly harder to give somebody something positive to replace it with. How helpful you will discover the book will most likely be identified with the number of guideposts that are appropriate that you can apply to your own particular life. These guideposts all inspire, encourage, and empower a non-judgmental self-evaluation, as Dr. Brown keeps on displaying. The last piece of every guidepost is a dig deep insight, which is the guided recommendation of what to do about the problem of how to change. The acronym DIG remains for deliberate, inspire, and going, as in the way to change. Expects one to be deliberate in their thoughts and behaviors through prayer, meditation, or simply setting their intention. Inspired to make new and different choices, going, they take action. Be that as it may, regardless of whether your concentration is developing the boldness to venture out of the way and take a risk on a business, going after a career characterizing advancement, or something totally unique, readers will come away from the Gifts of Imperfection with enough knowledge to stimulate them to live as completely as expected under the circumstances. An abundance of supportive and applicable data to be utilized now and later on. Not just planting seeds for considering changing points of view on shame, but giving the building blocks for a growing better approach for considering, acting, and living. I provided links in the description box down below on where you can get this book. Click on those links and feel free to check it out. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, feel free to hit that like button. I'm curious, what makes you an imperfect person? Let me hear it in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep updated with the next book review. If you made it this far in the video, I just wanted to give you a little reminder that you're an awesome person. Remember, to make each book you're reading count. The Tempt out. I'll see you guys in the next video.